You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support this channel on Patreon. Meta, Melinda, Christine, Tony, Dale, Mary, Mickey, Marguerite, Jen, Chris, Christy, Donna, Margaret, Vanessa, LaShawn, Brittany, Tammy, Linda, Sherry, Stephanie, Kim, Carla, Jessica, Clarice, Marcena, Jody, Pamela, Heather, Annette, Christy, Jeremy, Laura, Donna, Claudette, Mel, Kathy, Marla, Mercedes, Sharon, Julie, Rebecca, Patty, Yvonne, Stacy, Audra, Debbie, and Julie. And thank you. A big shout out to my co-sponsors. You guys are amazing. Good morning. Thank you everyone for being here. And I want to say we do this every Saturday. Before I get on to all that, put your questions in all caps. I want beginner questions. I have some moderators who are going to be copying that chat, putting them in a list for me so I can get all of your questions. Oh, and I almost forgot. We do a giveaway. And I'm looking for Nightbot. Make sure he's all set up. Every Saturday morning we do Cricut Design Space video. And I teach you new things. Not new things. Sometimes they're new to you. You usually learn something. Sometimes I learn something. Last week was an awesome class. If you watched last week, raise your hand. Give me a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. I loved last week's class. I taught you how to make a teddy bear out of free shapes. And it was really a lot of fun to do that live with you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And I can see you guys on Facebook. Hi, Kathy. And I can see you on YouTube. The chat you see over to the right of your screen in the video is chat from YouTube. If you want to join in and have your questions asked and your name on the screen, you have to come over to YouTube. We're also live on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, hey there. So let's get started. Gotta make sure I can see all of your questions. And I'm also the director of the video. So I have to click and make sure you guys see what I see. Yeah, last Saturday was so much fun. Oh, and today we have a double feature. We have a spotlight video with Kiona Baker. She is amazing, and she has started a YouTube channel as well for crafting and Cricut and all kinds of things. So join me. Spotlight video is a perk for people who support me at a certain level on Patreon. And this week we're going to talk to Kiona. And it's going to be fun. We're going to learn about her. I really enjoy those videos where I get to learn and you guys get to learn about somebody new. Okay, please remember to get all your questions in caps. Yep. My admins are on it. I just saw a question. It's already in my list for me. So thank you, Jamie and Sue and Sue. Okay, shall we get started? I'm going to go over some very basic things to start with, and then we're going to get those questions. Belinda is asking about is her YouTube. Anybody who you see in the chat, you're on the YouTube chat, if you click on their name, click on Kyle's tips and how-tos. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Every single person has a YouTube channel. Not every single person actually makes videos. They just come to watch. Some people. Thank you, Kyle. And but you can click on their little picture or their little face or their name, and you can go subscribe to them if you want. Okay. Let's start with the beginner thing. Please do not be afraid to ask questions, because if you think it's a stupid question, there are no stupid questions, because there's at least 10 to 20 more people who don't know the answer to that question and want to learn it also. That's one thing I think a lot of newbies are afraid to ask questions, or they don't know how to ask a question. So maybe you know how to ask it, and don't be afraid to ask it. Also, even if you're not a newbie, don't be afraid to ask a question that you see asked all the time. There's a question people are always asking. Go ahead and ask it for them. And then next time they ask that question, you can give them a link to this video. Charmaine says, I'm a lurking learner. Okay, let's get over to Design Space. So this is Cricut Design Space. Let me pull this down for a second. Can you see the URL right here? design.cricut.com. That's all you really need to go there. And then this is a hashtag with the landing. So that's that. And this bar up here, it changes. And sometimes if they have maintenance planned, they're going to add that up here. They're going to tell you, hey, at midnight tonight, we're going to be down for an hour for scheduled maintenance. So I usually skip this whole page and go straight to my canvas. 75,000 images in Cricut Design Space. Amazing. Okay, and then here you have your projects. Here you have my ready to make projects. These are projects that you have access to make. You can favorite your projects. These may be ones you've purchased or you've made. And then here are top video tutorials from Cricut. These are Cricut tutorials. You can learn all these things. You can click here and view all of their videos on YouTube. Thank you guys for adding those questions. I'm seeing lots of questions. We're going to get to those in a minute. And then these ribbons, they call these ribbons of images, they change. Right, because I haven't seen this one and I haven't seen a few of these. I just looked this morning before class. This is 3D projects. So you can, there you go. Click that arrow. Oh, look how cute. I love 3D projects. So cute. And then they have cards, if you like cards. And these cards are already made up. Oh, look how pretty. Awesome. I did a video on this card. And then home decor. I want to make one of these. Circle hanging centerpiece. Oh, what was that? Look at that's so cute. Okay, I don't want the spider, but the butterflies. Wife, mother, grandma. Oh, that's cute. It says established. These are cute. Oh, and I saw that. I wanted to make that too. I keep forgetting all these things I want to make. And then they have iron on. And then new materials. If you don't know what to do with the new materials, here's some felt. The holographic craft board. I have not used mine yet, but I think I'm going to use mine with my diamond box, a box that I made. Hi, Bobby, over on Facebook. Aren't they cute? These are here to give you ideas. Now, so many people make earrings, but I have not seen earrings made like this. Have you seen these earrings? Look at that. I think I want to make some earrings like that, but in another color. Those are cool. And I don't think anyone could imagine you did that with your Cricut machine. So cool. This is the new mesh iron-on. I have some that I haven't used yet. I have an idea in my head, but I haven't done it yet. The new pattern chipboard. Well, it's not new. I've been using it for a long time. I love the pattern chipboard. And then down here they have spring. Are we all the way? Oh, I already looked at these this morning. Aren't they cute? And they give you the directions to the projects. Let's click on one. So if you see more circles up here, they have more pictures. And that's what it looks like on the canvas. And then it gives you a description of finished size, materials to cut, everything else you need, like adhesive and foam dots, preparation, cut, and assembly. Sometimes they have videos, paper projects, video. Tells you what images you will need. This one is an access. If you don't have access, you can still do this one, but this might just cost 99 cents because these are free images. And then you can just click make it and it will put it on all the mats and separate them for you. Or you can customize and change it. So let's go ahead and click make it. And then we'll come back to this. Okay, this has an image that's bigger than the 11.5. So it's saying that you'll need to cut on a 12 by 24 mat. Or you could resize it. So when you make a project, it automatically puts it on the different mats and tells you what color to use. I'm going over this because I get so many questions. Well, how do you do projects with more than one color? How do you put them on the mat? And how do you, I think they've never hit the make it button. So first thing I say is, well, click make it and see what happens. That's the number one thing that you need to do. Click make it. If you have any questions at all, click make it. To see how it works, you have to see what happens. You can always go back. It doesn't send it to your machine and start cutting. Just click make it, see what happens. Sometimes your letters are going to be all messed up. That's not what you want, but you want to test it. And then go back and do your little tweaks to fix it. And I'll show you some of that too. Back to design space. So whatever color this is whatever color it's telling you to put on the machine. Now, if you want to use a different color, you can just put a different color of paper there. You can do things in any color you want. There are no Cricut police that are going to come knock at your door and say, that's not the correct material we told you to use. So please choose any color you want to choose. But in the picture, these are the colors that they used. Okay, if you wanted, I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And I'm going to click customize here. Normally, if we're not on this, we never went to customize, so it came back to this part. You can also have more than one tab open so you can read the directions and see this. So if you wanted to resize this, I'm going to shrink it down. Well, my computer, everything is big so you guys can see it better. In video, I'm going to just shrink that down. You don't have to shrink it down that much. You can grab a box around it. Well, you know what? You guys, you can move these on top of each other. It doesn't matter. And select it all. It's all selected. Or you can go up here and click the select button Oh, it would be right here. I think it says deselect. It would say select all. And if I want to make it just a little smaller, I just grab this corner here and just drag it up smaller. And because I have everything selected, it's all going to fit the correct way. Now when I go hit make it up here in the top right, it will fit on one mat. So if I don't have the big mat, I'm just going to make a smaller card. Does that make sense? Loretta Potts, I'm glad you said that. She said mats on the black on black mats. I'm going to hit cancel. They're really hard to see. I have a solution. So let's say this is black. And I'm going to show you what she means. Okay, well, it's not really hard to see there. That's because words are harder to see. So sometimes you cannot see the difference of the black and the black here. I've never had a problem. Maybe it's different computers. But I did see that as a problem in my Cricut club. But what you can do... Oh, wait. I'm going to click over here. Click up here. You could just put it a little bit off black and then make it if you want. Or you can change it to any color you want. And then you can see it better. The reason you can't see black on black is because this outline is black. And when it's black, when this is completely black, you cannot see that outline to show the difference from the screen to this. So that's why if you make it a little bit off black, that will help you. Okay, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to go back to where we were. And so I'm going to go back up here to the hamburger button. And I'm going to click home. So that takes us back to this page. And I'm going to go down. Where were we? We did iron on, new materials, spring. And then we have the Cricut community. These are projects that people have shared. They've taken pictures of their projects and have shared them. There's lots of scrapbooks in here too. And you can click view all on all of these. These are just a sampling. You can also search. Let's go to new project. And I have a project on there because of the flower card we just clicked on. I'm going to choose to replace that file. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to show you. Right here are Cricut projects. If you go up to the top here, these are your projects that you have saved. So I'm going to click here. The reason I'm doing this is because when I tell people to search for images in Design Space, I think this is where they do it. This is not the correct place to search for images. When I say there are 75,000 images, this is not it. This is where you can click for the Make It Now projects or the Ready to Make projects. Those projects we just went through, there's a whole ton more here. As you can see, look how cool these are. And you can search. So you can search categories. You can go to your projects, your favorites, because look, there's a little favorite button. You can click your favorite. You can click featured, the community, things for accessories. Only if you want them only included in Cricut Access, because you don't want to pay any money, you can click there. Or for a baby, you want cards, Christmas, clothing, coloring, all of these options. You want them for the knife blade. Let's see what's under knife blade. Oh, that's cute. And I've seen this book. You put a whole thing of books across to make a name. I just think that looks so cool. A vinyl holder. tool blade and toolkit holder. So lots of fun stuff here. Love that birdhouse. That's cool. Look at that keychain. Thank you, Ronald. So these are some really fun projects. Okay, so that's where you go here. Oh, and images. And then I'm going to get to your questions. I have not even read your questions yet. So I'm going to get to those questions that my mods are collecting. What was, oh, images. So when I say search images, this is the button I say to go to. There's probably 80,000 images. Here are the images. You can scroll down and you will not see 75,000 images. You just won't. You can click this button right up here to filter to make them bigger or smaller. I'd rather be crafting. Less work, more travel. Is that new? Adventure and explore. Oh, and if you click the little eye here, it tells you what cartridge it's from. So if you like that image and you maybe want to see more images like that, you can click that. So these are all images in that collection or cartridge. They used to be called cartridges. They're still called cartridges. You can also go to categories and search the different categories. And here are designers. If you like a certain designer, you can go and see all of their images. Oh, and in images, you can search. You can also use filter. If you want your images that you own, images you uploaded, images that are free. Let's check out what's free. These calendars are always free. It's okay to be different. That's a neat card edge. And it's free. So all of these are free right now. That's awesome. Be kind to every kind. Yep, that's good advice. So these are all free images right now. And I'm only halfway through, but you guys can do that on your own time. I'm not even going to click recently added because I don't want to get excited. I do a video on all of the new images like every other week, usually when I get a list of them and we go through them and look at them together. Okay, so I think I got this. Let me check out some of your questions. Okay, Nancy has a great question. At what point when using text can we curve? It seems like it's an option, but not always. That is a great question. Okay. Let's add some text, okay? Oh, I spelled birthday wrong. Happy birthday. I have this shrinked up, so I have to go here to see curve, and I'm going to, you know what? I think I might. Is there sound now? Sorry, guys. Thanks for the text. When I hit my minus thing, it mutes, and I forgot. Okay, so Jamie, where was I? I'm gonna undo and redo that. Okay. So I cannot okay, thanks, Jamie. I cannot curve it because there are two lines. So we're going to go to advanced, ungroup two lines. If I were to just click ungroup, I wouldn't be able to curve. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm hitting the duplicate button over there. You guys can't see it because I need the curve button to show you. And I'm going to change the color of these because I'm going to show you how you're able to do things and why you're not able to. Okay, so now I can curve. And I can curve this. So let me do this. I'm going to curve this down, and I want to curve this one up. So I'm going to go the opposite way and move that this way. And we could put a little cupcake in there. That would be cute. Okay, we can also do this, but let's say let's change the font. Oh, let's do a child's year. We can change the font, but let's ungroup it because I want to move the letters closer together. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show you this first. So we can curve, and I can move the letters closer together this way by clicking the letter space. But now I want to change them a little bit more. Like this seems further away and these are touching. So I'm going to go ahead and click ungroup. So now I can move this up. Move those closer together if I want. But I want to redo the curving. But, oh, I can curve. You can't curve one letter. I'm like, why is that there? You can't curve one letter. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so it was grouped and it would curve. So I'm going to group them back. But it is no longer a text. The text options are no longer there because I ungrouped it. This, I still have the option to curve. I never ungrouped it. So I can still do that, but if let's say I attached it. Attaching it does not let you give you the option to group it. Let's undo. It is no longer attached. Let's weld it. Welding does not let you do anything to text once you weld it. And this one, I can still curve because I haven't done anything to it. If I ungroup it, I can no longer curve it or do anything. Does that answer your question? Let me see what other next question. How to write on print and cut projects. Actually, how to write on projects is really good. question. Thank you, Charmaine, for sharing my video. And you guys, I've covered all of these things in some of my classes. I have over 80 classes, but I just wanted, there's so many beginner questions. Writing. We are going to write. To choose the writing option, let me scoot this back over, I think, so you can see my layers panel. I always go here. You go to Style, click that, and click Writing. You can start writing here. And now, because I chose Writing, it's going to automatically change it to Writing. I'm going to get rid of my grid. To do that, I can go right here, and it will change my grid. Right? Why can't I change it? Oh, because I had that selected and I wasn't actually at the top. Okay, so here is my writing. I want to change that font. I want to choose a writing style font only. I don't want to go through all the fonts. So I'm going to click filter right here and choose writing. So now it will only show me the writing fonts. There are hundreds of writing fonts. Hundreds of them. I can go on and on and on. We're only at the L's. There are so many writing fonts. And they're always adding more. Here's one called Root Beer Float. I don't remember this one. Hello. So now when we go to hit make it, remember I say if you have any questions about your image, click make it. Well, now it's going to write on my paper right there, or whatever I put on my mat, it's just going to write right there. But I want to make it a little, say a little sticker or something. So we're going to hit cancel. We have to put it on an image. I'm going to change my canvas color. So I'm going to click down here, and then the color goes up here, and let's change it to that. Oh, and because I came back, my graph is back. Okay, we want to change the color of this so we can see it. I'm going to make this white. I need this to be bigger, so I'm going to click on the lock here. Now remember, if you're brand new, I may be going too fast for you, but remember, you can rewatch this video. You can pause the video and then do what I just did and then start the video again. That is the only way to learn, is to actually do it, because you watch this video next week, you're not going to remember what I did, especially if you don't know anything. Now I want to put this on there, but now I can't see it. So I'm going to go up to arrange and bring it to the front. I could have selected this and bring it to the back. It's already at back, so that's not an option. So let's do that. Let's center this. We're going to click align and click center. And okay, that looks good, right? Let's click make it. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. Now I have two mats, and it's going to cut out a square and write on a no mat with nothing on it. Cancel. Okay, what we have to do is select them both, or because it's all that's on the canvas, we can select all. And what do we have to do? Ronald, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have to attach, but there's a question. I think I'm answering another question now. What's the difference between group and attach? Let me show you right now. Let me group this. Okay, so I grouped it. I know it's grouped because it says it right here in the layers panel. Let me scoot this over. it says group, and this says ungroup, so whatever I have selected is grouped. It moves together. I can't just select the text, it selects everything. You know it's selected because both of these layers are in gray. Okay, so that looks good, right? I can size it together now by clicking this little, dragging that little arrow. So let's hit make it. It did the same thing. This isn't working. I'm so frustrated. I want to throw it out the window. That's what I hear a lot. Okay, cancel. Those are from people that don't watch my videos. Okay. It's not going to stay there unless you attach it. Click the paper clip. It's going to attach it like a paper clip, but a little more like a stapler, really. So we can ungroup it. We don't have to ungroup it. There's no reason to have it grouped. So I'm just going to ungroup it. You do not have to group and then attach. That's what I want to show you. So now it's different. Now we're going to select it and we're going to attach. Now let's see if that worked. Yes, that's what you want. Now, if you have any question or you don't remember, do I group or attach? Just do one and click make it. See what happens. Okay? Now, back to the actual question I'm answering is, how do you write on a print and cut? Okay, let's detach this just so we are doing this. Let's make this a print. We're going to go up here to fill. Right now it's no fill. That means it's not going to print. We can choose print. We can, right here it's white because it's white. We can choose the color or we can choose a pattern. And we're going to choose a pattern. Let's choose this one. The patterns take a little longer. What is flatten for? That is for print. I have so many questions. You guys, we have another video after this one. These are great questions. We have questions on how do you download fonts. While this is waiting, I'll just answer that. You have to just download the fonts from like DaFont or other places where you're downloading fonts. I don't hardly download fonts. I use mostly Cricut fonts. But you download the font and then you click on the font and it should unzip it or do what it needs to do. And you install it. It should have an install button. On a Mac, I know it's so easy. You just install it. Any font installed on your computer will be in Design Space. You might have to sign out or close Design Space and reopen it, and it will be there. Do you get access to your designs if you joined YouTube? If you join my join button and your name is green and you have a little Cricut badge next to your name, you do get my images. You can click on my YouTube page and go to community. There is a post there to get you the password. The password will take you to melodylaneinspired.com and use that password there. If you have any problems or questions, you can't do that, then reach out to me. You can email me at melodylanedesigns@gmail.com. Mary is asking, how do you upload an image and have it cut out when it's not an SVG? I'm just going to put this on me while I'm answering these questions. I have a whole video on that. You have to upload each color at a time. So you upload the whole picture, you clean it up until you only have one color there, then you upload that. Then you upload the same picture again, clean it all up until you have a different color, and then upload that. And I have a whole video to show you how. I have like 3 videos to show you how. How do you delete a saved project? Well, this is taking forever. It doesn't usually take this long. I have another tab open. Let's go to my projects. To delete a project, you click the 3 little dots here and you delete. That's how you delete a project. Oh, wait, but you can't see me because I switched it. So sorry. Okay. Okay, let's go back. So I'm going to my projects. So sorry, guys. These 3 little dots right here. Click that, and then you can delete. Well, off of that, I'm not going to delete. So that's how you do that. Are we done yet? Oh no. Now I can't get it back. Okay, let's just start over here. Well, I showed you how to get to patterns, but I have a lot of tabs of designs and about 75 tabs on my other screen. Okay, we are going to change this to print. And we're just going to pick a color. Okay. We're going to go like this. We're going to add text. So if you missed this, here we go again. Whoops. I just want to move this up. There we go. We're going to choose writing. And I'm just going to use this font. This is a free font. This font is free for everybody. It's Cricut Sans. It's what it comes with. And this is a print and cut. This says cut print. It will print this and cut around the outside. So I want it to print that, and then I want it to come back to the Cricut and write this. This was the question. So I'm going to select it and attach it. So you attach it just like if it was any other image and click Make It. This box around here is registration marks, so the Cricut knows to cut this out. So you're going to send this to your printer, and it's going to print only this purple square. And then you bring it back to your Cricut, and it's going to tell you to load the pen. And then it will write on top of the printed image. And then it will cut this out. So you pretty much do it the same way. Now, if I don't want it to write and I wanted that hello to print, let's detach so we're back to like where we were. Oh, I didn't click detach. There we go. So select it and flatten. Anytime you use flatten, it is only used when you want to do print and cut. That's the only time you want to flatten. So now it's flattened, and now you see it in only 1 layer. Before it was in 2 layers, but now it's in 1 layer. It's going to look the same as it did last time, but because it's flattened, it's going to print the hello on there, on that purple square. Does that make sense? We got a question about combining 2 separate saved projects. You cannot do that. I'm hoping they add that you can someday, but right now you cannot add an image from one saved project. But let me tell you what I do. Let me open this one. This isn't really a project. They're just butterflies I liked. They're in access. I didn't do anything to these butterflies except for maybe change the size. These are so beautiful, aren't they? Okay, so if I want say I know I want to make a project with these butterflies. Awesome, welcome Mary. Then what I can do is I have this and I want to make another project and I want to use this butterfly, but I cannot copy and paste this to another project. I can't do that to a project at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these. And I have this one, but I'm still in that same project. But now I want to start a new project. So I'm going to click Save, but I'm going to click Save As. And I'm going to call this Butterflies Hello. Whoops. And click Save. So now I'm going to add the word hello. Let's say I want to change that to yellow. I could move that up there. And if I want that to print on that butterfly, I can select it both and hit attach. Nope, that does not work. That will cut it out. Undo. We do not want to attach. We want to click flatten. And then it will print on that and cut out the outside. I'm going to undo. Now, if I want this to write on it, I would change this. Well, if I change it to draw, it will not write like the other one. It's more bubble letters. And those are hard to see. So we are going to change the color to yellow. So now we have that. And now we can attach it. And it will print the butterfly and write on here. And now we want to save it. We just want to save. We don't want to save as because we already have see the name up here. So now I have that butterfly in 2 projects. Hope that answers your question. Let me get back to some more questions. How do I get more writing fonts? I just use Cricut fonts. There's hundreds of them. How do you do a larger than map project? I have 2 or 3 videos on how to do that. Let me see. Let's go to YouTube. Let me go to my channel. I gotta see what, hold on. Click here and larger than matte and click enter. And here are some. Here's we're putting a larger than the matte project on the wall, cutting larger than the matte, bigger than the matte. We're using the iPad, and I think it's just really those that I have for that. Okay, more questions. Do you need a mug press to put HTV on mugs? You could use an iron. Where can I find those awesome boxes you made for your tips? Oh, the Blade and Bench boxes. If you support my channel somewhere, you can find that at melodylaneinspired.com under maker projects. Projects by type, and then scroll down and there are maker projects near the bottom. How do you share a project with people in Design Space? Let me show you. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Okay, so I'm going to pull this down so you guys can see the URL. So here's what I do. I copy this and I paste it wherever I want to share it. Here you go. I'm putting it in the chat on YouTube. So I pasted it there. You can send a message to somebody and copy and paste. You can post it on Facebook by copying and pasting it. I'm not sure if you can use this on the iPad because you cannot print patterns on the iPad app. So you might not be able to open that if you have the iPad. I'm not sure about that butterfly at all. I don't know. But you can only share projects if you have not uploaded anything. So if there's a project that you uploaded your own image or SVG, you can share it just like I did, but they cannot open it. I hope that answers your question. How to clean mat. You use a baby wipe is what I do. It works perfectly. Can we access the video of your Christmas box you made? Yes, you can do it on YouTube just like I showed you. I have 1,800 videos on YouTube. I just answered that one. Oh, Mary, great question. Thank you, Ronald. And Sheila's coming, so I think I got to take her to Starbucks every day. Is there a way to make the grid stay on and off so it doesn't change back? Yes. Go up here and go to settings. And you can click access. You can click that, the question mark, anywhere to get some shortcuts. Here's the canvas grid. I have it on partial grid. You can change it to full grid, and every time I go back, it'll go back to full grid or no grid. And that's it. You can also change from inch to centimeters if you like. So that's that. Let me grab some more questions. When I save a project, the default is public. I often save without realizing the box is checked. Where is the image going? Great question. Okay. Let me see. Okay, this is defaulted public. This is so you can share it. If this is not public, you can't share it. So every time I share a project, I don't really care about this one, but when I work hard at projects, I don't want others sharing them. So I ask them to do unpublic. But if it's public, you still cannot get this project unless I share the URL with you or I save it to the community. So let's do that. Let me show you how to do that. Let's go to my projects. Okay, now I have two. Now, if I want to share this to the community, that means anybody, anywhere can get access to it. They can also claim it and upload it again as their own project, which is really not good to do. That's one reason why I don't share to the community as much. Okay, to share it to the community, you have to add details. Once you do this and you add a photo, It is on the community forever. I'm not going to add a photo. But, and also it says visible to others. And you have to put the project name and you have to put a description. And then everybody can see it. If you want to share it and just have the picture, but you don't want everybody to see it, you don't want them to have access to it, then you click on visible to others so it's not visible to others. You want this to be green so people can get it and not green so people can't get it. Does that make sense? And then you save it. Now, is it letting me save? Yeah, I think it did. Usually you have to fill all that out before it'll save. But that's how you share it so everybody can get it. I have lots of tutorials on embossing powders. Somebody is asking. And I even do use embossing powders with my Cricut. The Cricut can draw with the gel pens and you can put embossing powder on it. I've done lots of those recently. Okay. Can you align your letters once you've ungrouped? Okay, so let's ungroup. Notice these are just one line. They're only here in the layers panel once. They're only one layer. I'm going to ungroup them. Now look how many layers there are. Let's say we want to put these here, but we want to align them and make sure they're not crooked. Okay. So what I do, this might be hard if you have letters that are going way down, like a G or a Y that is small. So what I can do is select that, click align, and I would align bottom. So it's perfect like that. And if you want them all aligned, you can align bottom. You can also move this into one group. Can you group it? Okay. Oh, this is a good thing to show too. Hold on. Let me move this one closer this way. And we're going to align, distribute horizontally. Oh, that didn't work. That's because I didn't put these in a group. Let's align bottom and group it. Okay. Now let's select these, align, distribute horizontally. Now they're evenly distributed. Now what happens when we hit go? They're grouped. Okay, let's go down here. Oh, you can hardly see them because they're black. Let's change the color. They're all changing together because I have them grouped. Okay, now let's hit make it. That was an example of how you can't see them. Okay, they did this because we did not attach. So we have to attach them if that's how we want them. They're still all in separate layers, but they're attached. Now it writes how we want them. Now if we weld them, it changed this layer. Remember? There were still all these layers. Now they're only one layer. And it also does the same thing. Okay. We are over time and we need to do a giveaway. So start commenting Let me find Nightbot. Let's do active users. I'm going to give you a few minutes to comment anything on YouTube. You have to be live and you have to be on YouTube and you have to be able to chat on YouTube. Oh, and guys, I'm going to be gone. I'm leaving Wednesday to go to Utah. Cricut invited me and some of the other Cricut product experts to go to headquarters for a meeting. So I'm really excited. I will be back though. I think I get back like at midnight Friday night. So I will be back next Saturday. I may be tired next Saturday for our Design Space class, but I will be here. Somebody says they're confused. They thought it started at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It starts at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can rewatch the video if you missed it. I will spend a few minutes and ask a few more questions. And then we have a spotlight video that is supposed to start at 12:30. I may start it earlier if we're ready. Okay, and I'm going to look at questions really fast, see if there's anything I can ask. What does contour mean? I go over contour in almost every one of my classes. Contour will hide one of your cuts inside your cuts or the outside cut. If your matte options are ghosted, maybe they're not available. Maybe your paper's too big for the lower models. I don't really know exactly what you mean. Also, I have my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. You are welcome to ask any of these questions that you want in that group. And you will get lots of answers from so many people. There's so many helpful people there. So you remember, you can go ask there at any time and we will try to answer your questions. Is it okay to keep your projects after you put them together and before when the entire SVG is apart? I don't know if this is what you mean, but I've had a question before. When people upload SVGs that have more than one SVG, like you need to upload 5 for one project, you should put those all in one project and save it as one project so it's all the same size and you can always go back to it later. I don't delete any of my projects. I always save my projects. What if you want to make it next year? How do we put text around the butterfly? I showed earlier how to curve. You would just curve it. And would the same apply to a decal already on a shirt? Yeah, if you could curve it correctly, you could put that on a shirt and just cut it out with iron-on. Okay, we are good. Let's pick a winner. Where is Nightbot again? Oh, I have it right here. The winner is... Okay, where am I at? You guys can see me. Let me show you Design Space. I'm going to move the tab over to Design Space so you can see the winner. Oh, and I didn't say what it was. It is a $15 gift card to Amazon or $15 PayPal, whatever you want. It's my $15, so if you just want cash, it's great with me. There's the winner. It's Glenda. Congratulations, Glenda. Yay, Glenda. You are the winner. Uh, Message me later on Facebook and I'll get you the money or gift card. All right, raise your hand if you learned something today. Now, some of you might not have learned something. I understand that if you watch all my videos every Saturday, you probably haven't learned a thing. All right. So I think there's a link below for Kiona's spotlight. Let me go back and see. Okay, so you can go over to my channel and you can hit Patreon Spotlight 2019. You can start chatting over there now. I'm going to interview Kiona and we're going to learn all about her crafting life. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. I really love you. I really do. I really appreciate all of you. You guys make my life so fun that I get to share it with you and talk with you every single week, 3 times a week mostly. Thursday, I will be at Cricut headquarters. I'm not positive there will be a video on Thursday. I know it won't be live unless Cricut lets me go live, but I'm going to try to get a video edited to post on Thursday. Can somebody link papers, please? If you want my digital paper that you're talking about, just go to melodylanedesigns.com. Yeah, the spotlight videos is public for everybody. Everybody gets to watch that. So you just click it on my channel and you should be able to watch that. Great, I'm glad you learned so much. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will be back in a few minutes with Kiona, and we get to talk to her. You guys get to see and talk to her. Those of you that join my Patreon hangouts, you guys have seen her before, but maybe not in the public. Answer Judy, I'm not sure. Let me find Judy. Oh, I don't see Judy's question. Judy. Oh, yeah, I did. YouTube, anybody, it's public. Anybody can watch the video. So you are all invited to watch the Spotlight video. Thanks for sharing that. I will share any secrets I learn at Cricut that Cricut allows me to share. Because if I share things they don't want me to share, they won't tell me any secrets, and I can't prepare them for you. All right, guys, love you. See you in a few minutes.